Hi, first grade boys and girls. I hope everyone's having a great week. So, on Monday we focused on the first 5 sea animal spelling words, and so today we're going to focus on the last 5, and we're even going to mark a few of them. So, make sure that you have a dry erase board or a pencil and paper ready to go. So, the first thing we're going to do is we are going to look at our R-controlled vowels poster. Remember, bossy R controls the vowels, okay, because a lot of our words, as we said, have a lot of these sounds in them. So we want to make sure we remember what all these are. Okay, so you repeat after me. A-R car, R. O-R horn, or. E-R her, I-R bird, U-R burn, Okay, and then we're just going to do our one vowel team that's in our words. And do you remember what that one is? A-Y play, A. All right, so before we start looking at our last 5 words, let's just say all of our words together. Okay, so I point to them and you say them with me. Ready? Turtle, crab, starfish, jellyfish, shark, shrimp, lobster, stingray, dolphins, and whales. All right, so we already talked about those first 5. So now let's look at our last 5 and see what we see in them. Okay, so let's look at shrimp. I see a digraph and then I see a letter there. Does anyone remember what sure is called? It's a digraph blend because it has a digraph and a letter to blend with it. Okay, I also see another blend in this word. Do you see it? At the end is a blend. All right, so let's look at lobster. Okay, do you see a special sound in lobster? Yeah, I see er, her, at the end. Usually when you have the sound at the end, most of the time it's always going to be er. And so we can sound out the rest of that word, right? Lobster, lobster. That's a 2-syllable word. Okay, and then we come to this word, and this is 2 words put together, just like starfish and jellyfish. Do you know what the 2 words are in that word? We have sting, and then we have ray. And remember, those are compound words. So sting, I see, has a blend, st. And then what else do we have? Ing is a glued sound in that word. Wouldn't be the suffix, it's not at the end. Okay, it's part of the word. So sting, and then I see our vowel team in this word, right? A-Y play, A at the end. All right, and now let's look at this one, dolphins. Okay, we have talked a little bit before, even though we didn't really have a card for PH, but we talked about how PH is a digraph that says f, right? Just like in phone. Phone starts with PH. Okay, so I see the digraph PH, and then I see that it has what at the end? Suffix S. Okay, so if I cover that up, my base word is dolphin. Okay, so remember what suffix S does to a word? It makes it more than one. Remember that word that means more than one? Plural. Okay, so I see suffix S at the end of that word. Okay, now let's look at our last word, whales. What do you see in that? I see digraph WH, right? WH whistle, what? And then I see if I have a suffix S and I take that off, I have the base word well. And remember, we had that as a spelling word, and that's a vowel consonant E. It's an A consonant E word. Okay, that would not be suffix ES, because if I took off ES, wow, that's not a word, right? So we know that it's only suffix S because it has to be a word when you take off the suffix. Okay, so that's a little tricky sometimes whenever you have a vowel consonant E and then suffix S. Just always take off the suffix and see, is that a word? Is that a base word that makes sense? If it's not, then it's only suffix s. It's not es. Okay, so if you need to pause the video, take a minute to get your dry erase marker and your board or your pencil and paper. And we're just going to mark a few of these words together because you can't mark a lot of them since they have vowel teams and bossy R, and we don't mark those words. Okay, so let's do the first one. Let's do the word crab. I can tap that out. Can you tap it with me? K-r-a-b, crab. So I hear a blend cur, and you can just write these with me today. I'm going to write them with you and mark them with you today because some of them are a little tricky. And then I hear a, and then I hear b. Make sure that's a B, not a D. Okay? So now what do we see at the beginning? I see a blend, right? C-R. And then I hear a, and I know that's a closed syllable word because it has one vowel, which makes a short sound, and the door is closed. Okay? All right, let's try another one. Let's try the word shrimp. Okay, so we can tap that one also. Can you tap it with me? Sh-r-i-m-p. Shrimp. Remember, they have 5 sounds. We have to go back to this finger. Okay, so I already told you it has the digraph blend shr, S-H-R. And then I hear it. If I'm going too fast for you, that's okay. Pause the video and come back with me. And then I hear the blend ump. Okay, so if we're going to mark that word, we would underline the digraph blend with a long line and then a short line. Then the ump would get 2 little lines. The I says I, so we know that's going to be what? A closed syllable word. It has 1 vowel and the door is closed. All right, let's try another one. Let's try, I think we can do dolphins because we know that PH is a digraph and we underline digraphs. So that's going to be a 2-syllable word. So let's see, what would our first syllable be? I think it would be dolphin, dolphins. So I hear the first syllable says da-a-l. And that wouldn't be 2 L's like a doll that you play with. But that's not it. If this was a doll by itself, it would have 2 L's. But this is our first syllable, so it only gets 1 L. Then I hear the PH, and then I hear N. Dolphin. And then we're making it more than 1. We're making it plural. Okay, so our first syllable is going to go here because it's a closed syllable. Fin is also a closed syllable. So it also gets a scoop and 2 little C's because they each have 1 vowel that says the short sound. So those vowels would get breathes. And we're going to underline our digraph PH. Remember what we do to a suffix? We circle it. And then what is my base word? We already talked about that, dolphin. So you just underline dolphin. There's quite a bit to do to that word. When you have 2 syllables, there's more to do, right? Let's try one more. Let's try wells. So we can tap the base word, and we have w-a-l, well. Doesn't really sound like an A, does it? So I hear w, which is my digraph, W-H. Then I have an A, and then I hear ol, and I know that I need a silent sneaky E there at the end, super sneaky E. And our spelling word is more than 1. Okay, so now let's mark wells. So we have underline our digraph. Do you know what kind of word I said that is? It's a vowel consonant E word. So the A gets a macron and the E gets a slash. Okay, then we're going to circle suffix S. Remember I said E is not part of the suffix on this word. And then my base word is well. And like I said, that's a vowel consonant E word. Okay, how'd you do? All right, so what you're going to do now is get some pencil and paper, and you are going to make a sentence for each of the last 5 words. So you are going to make sentences with shrimp, not shark, we already did shark. Shrimp, lobster, stingray, dolphins, whales. See what kind of good, interesting sentences you can come up with. And I will see you back tomorrow. Bye.